Hi, I'm Louis Knight and you're watching Celeb Secrets TV. I'm 21, I'm a singer-songwriter originally from England, and I currently have moved to Philadelphia. I've been there for 10 years and now I just moved to LA. I've been singing my whole life, as cliche as that sounds, and I started writing music when I was 14 and just realized it was all I was good at, and I was not much of a good student, so I decided not to go to college, and I've been pursuing this ever since. And then I ended up on American Idol and just kind of haven't looked back. I guess I was 19. I was kind of going through my gap year that was kind of like open-ended to me. My parents didn't know it at the time, but and I was kind of like, I had just written and recorded my first EP, my debut EP that I was putting out, and American Idol, a casting producer, found me on Instagram because I was trying to grow my social media. So I started commenting on a bunch of singer-songwriters that were kind of up and coming like me, and I just started commenting, trying to engage with their profiles, and a casting producer found my comment and then found me. It's kind of crazy how that happened. And then they just asked if I wanted to audition. We jumped on Skype one day and then I auditioned on Skype, and then they offered me to come to the live auditions in Washington DC, which I then said, yeah, I would love to. So that's kind of how it happened. It was really weird. I mean, we had come out to LA for the live shows in March, and we were just rehearsing, getting ready for the live shows, and state by state started shutting down. They sent us all home, and yeah, we didn't know for like a week or two. It felt so long. We didn't know if the show was gonna get cancelled or what, because no one knew what was going on. Things were just, it was a huge abyss of the unknown kind of thing. And they ended up just saying, hey, we're gonna do it from home. They sent us like a giant audio box thing. It was like, I don't even know what to call that, like a huge rig to like do sound through, and they sent us 3 ring lights and 3 iPhones, and we just filmed the show on 3 iPhones each. We're like, every day we're like lining up, like on Zoom with the producers, like lining up shots like from our camera on our laptop into the iPhone. Like, it was just insane. It was very long days, but I was really grateful that they found a way to push through, and ended up learning a lot about television production. I don't know, it was kind of cool because they were the first I think reality TV show to come back in the pandemic. So I think we all kind of had this sense of just kind of optimism and kind of excitement that we were all kind of in this unknown thing together, and we were just kind of finding a way to make it happen piece by piece. So I think the biggest takeaway is just always be yourself. It was obviously very validating about my songwriting. The compliments, not just the compliments, but the feedback more so that I received from my songwriting from, Luke, Katie and Lionel, was very, very validating that, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I think just the biggest takeaway is just never give up, because there were so many moments of you're going through, especially on it's a singing competition, but sometimes it's easy to forget that it is also in part a reality show. So it's, you're going through lots of highs and lows. It's an emotional roller coaster, and there are many times that I wanted to, give up on myself, and I wanted to leave the show, and the stress can really get to you. But I think just never give up and just keep going, because I mean, if I had walked away from the show, we probably wouldn't be here today. So it's kind of like, yeah, you really that would have been a decision I would have regretted for the rest of my life. So it's kind of what feels the most artistic of any of my music so far. I'm kind of experimenting a lot more with my sound. There's my kind of classic kind of piano love song ballads, and then there's also some more pop feels, and then some rock, and then some experimental stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited for you all to hear it. The biggest thing to me with songwriting and music, and like the music I put out, is I want it to feel timeless, which is obviously very subjective, but the biggest goal for me is that, you know, people might want to be listening to hopefully will be listening to my music in 30 years, you know, and I feel like a big thing that stands the test of time is organic instruments. You know, I write on the piano, I write on the guitar, and I like to keep that as kind of the main core of any song that I put out, and then, you know, sometimes add in electronic production elements after that, but I think at the core it needs to be, you know, something real to me. I make a lot of sad songs. I'm a very happy guy, but I just I want to go out and have fun when I'm happy, you know? It's more so when I'm sad that I find myself at a guitar or a piano. I'm trying to push myself as a songwriter and write more happy things, but I think the best stuff's the emotional stuff, to be honest. It's kind of that's the goal, to pull on people's heartstrings. So the thing that has always inspired me with music and artists, you know, like Lewis Capaldi and Coldplay, and I don't know, I think everyone has those artists out there that they listen to that kind of, you know, they'll listen to a line or a song and it kind of gives them goosebumps, and that's kind of, you know, really relates deeply to you, and you kind of use that and feel that. I think that's my goal with every song that I create, is that I hope that I can make someone else feel that way about my music. So to give a little bit of a kind of background into my, I wrote it about falling in love in the Netherlands, and it kind of really walks through, honestly, a lot of my lyrics are very you know, it's what I lived through. It's almost exactly I really love dipping into back into that exact moment where I, you know, felt something and just things that I've experienced. I think there's something special about kind of pulling back into those moments and making them into a song. So it's very kind of specific and kind of what happened with me, and it's it's about falling in love in Europe, in the Netherlands, and it's relatively happier for most of my music. A lot of this EP, about half of it I wrote by myself, and then some of it I wrote with my friend Francisco Martin, who was also my fellow Idol alum. He was my best friend on Idol, and I wrote some of it with, you know, my friend Nick Serpa, and recently I've just started getting into more sessions here in LA, which has been amazing. You know, I wrote with this girl Chloe Kopoloff and Francis Carell and few others, and my friend Max. Have just been kind of, I feel like when you're friends with someone that you write with, I feel like I've been enjoying and feeling much more passionate about the music that I've been creating with, you know, with the people that I'm, you know, feel passionate with. You know, we have that friendship. So I feel like I'm really excited about this because, as I said earlier, this new EP is the most artistic and kind of creative, experimental music that I've made so far, and I feel like it's kind of opening the floodgates to me looking at kind of how creative I can get with a show. You know, I kind of have this idea, there's an interlude in the EP, and I kind of have this idea, this vision. I don't know if I can pull it off, but of me walking out on stage with the lights off, with the room is going to be playing the interlude. So we'll see. I'm going to get creative with this new tour. A fun fact about me is in senior year of high school, I had such low attendance that my principal, Scott Kilpatrick, I don't know if you can bleep it out if you want, but Mr. Kilpatrick brought me into his office, sat down and got out a calculator and calculated the percentage of the year of school that I had missed. And it was over 25%. So that's my fun fact. I think that's the funnest fact I've ever put out there. I actually really like Machine Gun Kelly just put out a part of one of his songs. I think he says screw school in it. He's you're still gonna be, you know, after college, you're still gonna be, you know, trying to find your way. I'm putting it nicely. He used some other words, vocab, but I was yeah, dude, keep spreading that message. No, stay in school. Attendance is good. It's mandatory. So, God bless.